Tell us about the film and what do you hope to accomplish?
Yeah, basically, I've been working on this film to make an opportunity for companies and private individuals to be a part of this journey to make history in Nepal. And my feeling is that by implementing these education programs in different types of ways, we can impact the girls that are especially at risk for marriage, especially the girls that have studied the most, have gotten the closest to that moment of possibility of freedom. I want to focus on those girls and get education for them. So by helping those girls, we can help them help their own country, because the dream of all these girls is to make an impact, do something for the good of society in their country and in countries all over the world. So that's why these girls have stood out to me. Go to the next slide. Especially I've been going into Nepal and countries all over the world for the last 8 years, and Nepal has just stood out to me as one of the friendliest, and you know, it's one of the most traditional countries I've been to that's sort of stuck in time, but at the same time the people are very open to change and they want to change, they want to see change, and that's why this project has come to be. It's not like I'm trying to push something on them that they don't want. This is something that they want, but they lack the resources to get education for these girls. So girls get married off because their families can't afford to support these girls, so they essentially sell their daughters to another family, and they become basically like servants to that family, and they're pregnant from a very young age. So I've been all over Nepal, especially the Kathmandu region, of course, that's where everybody starts, but to the villages outside, and then to the Terai, which is the more Indian-influenced region, which is more Hindu influence, whereas Kathmandu has got more influence from the Tibetan, Buddhist, Himalayan cultures. And then I've spent a lot of time in the indigenous hill areas, so that's more of a just indigenous culture, and they're not really affiliated that much with Hinduism or Buddhism. So if you can go to the next. So yeah, these are just some of the girls that I'm trying to help, some of the girls that my co-director has been helping. He's building orphanages, and they have an organization that they're doing a lot of big things. There's a lot of people doing things in Nepal, but I want to, at this point, raise about $30,000 to prove the viability of this initiative to change history in Nepal, and eventually $360,000 to $500,000 over the course of 3 years. So can you go to the next? This $360,000 over the course of 3 years will be used for full college scholarships to the girls, the smartest girls from each village in the country. English classes and computer classes, which are available all over the country, and these techno-anthropology, which is the concept of spreading e-learning, things like that. That's why I'm here. This is about technology. This is how we can teach many girls with the use of computers. And yeah, this is just an example of what I've seen, the talent of girls to use technologies like cameras and netbooks. I'm sending a computer on Friday, or next Friday, and we're going to start to see what these girls can achieve with only one computer. Yeah, the concept of one laptop per child is actually false. In Asia, we have a communal type system where one computer can actually influence an entire village. That's my concept. And another reason I think it's important to help Nepal is that if given the chance, the family will offer their daughter the chance to do these programs. This is not a country that's against these changes in society. They want these changes, but it's just, we need people to help it happen. So what I'm offering is the opportunity to become internationally known by supporting this project. You saw my other sponsors. They've been sponsoring products, and that's helpful. but with a new sponsor, those logos will become very small, and this will be a much bigger thing that is branded with this initiative that really can change history in Nepal. That's it. Cool. So that's my presentation. This is all very new stuff. I did a Kickstarter, and I've raised about $12,000 with Kickstarter, but that funding is going fast. And I got back from Nepal in May and just working. I have 75 hours of footage. This can go far beyond just a movie. I'm trying to say it's kind of like a triple threat marketing opportunity where you have the social media you can get from the combination of the film and the aid project itself. So this is a huge opportunity to get a brand or a name, anything out into the world by making an impact on an entire country that can be used all over the world as how we can help the developing world with technology. So thank you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer anything.
How long ago did you start on all this?
I started working on the movie about 3 years ago. We started a holiday for Women's Day. It's a picnic where we take a village of wives and take them on a picnic where they're served by the men all day. We play games, and that's something that I wasn't able to put into this short version, but that's gone 3 years now, and we're hoping to make that all over the country.
How did it get all started though?
It started from that picnic project, and I raised $500 on Facebook to start this, to fund this picnic. And yeah, from there it's kept going, and now I was there for the 3rd year, and it's turned into something that can definitely keep going. So the movie started from the picnic, but it expanded into a study into the whole system, what's happening, the different characters affected by it. Yes?
I'm curious what kind of education you have planned for the men.
For what?
For the men in Nepal, because...
Oh, I'm not interested in men.
but in order to create change, I mean, we have similar yet very different and not as urgent problems all over the world as far as equality. I'm just curious what kind of education you have planned just for the men in that community, because it doesn't matter how educated a woman can be or how many resources you have.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Yeah, the men, that's kind of the picnic is sort of part of that, because we're taking, I have documentation of all the process of getting these women the one day of freedom. It's sort of like the day of freedom concept. So, we're showing the men the importance of valuing the women, and we're showing them why it's important to focus on them. And there's definitely not really, the men aren't trying to keep it this way. It's more like I said, it's the resources that are keeping it this way, the lack of resources. So the men, they're not as, I really don't think that, especially in the movie, I'm not going to be portraying the men as the cause of this problem, because they're not trying to make it like that. It's just, it's an old system, and oftentimes a lot of people actually are blaming the mothers, actually, who are sometimes the ones who get to decide what the daughter does, because the mothers were not educated. The fathers sometimes got education, but it's a big issue, and it's really not men that are the cause of it, in my opinion.
And for them, it's a matter of survival, I think.
Right.
Yeah, because they get married off. So
Yeah.
they get together.
Yeah, the marriage thing, it's really not, there's nothing, these people are living off nothing. They grow their own food, they live off a goat and a cow at the most, and they just don't have money, so there's just not an option of educating girls. But I know that when I get this funding, I'm going back in October, there's not going to be an issue with these families. I know they're going to want these daughters in these programs. Yes?
Have you reached out to the Girl Effect?
I was checking out their new infographic, and yeah.
They're around for years. You do exactly what this is their mission. What you're saying is the Girl Effect. So you should somehow work with it.
Right. Yeah.
doing exactly what they are doing.
Yeah.
They say exactly that.
Right.
Educate them, we need to take them out of poverty.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just reach out to them and they will endorse you and maybe help you at least on Kickstarter.
Right, right.
You just need to tweet about it.
Right, right. Yeah,
Do it
thank you. Thank you.
today.
Okay, thank you. Yes?
What exactly is the education plan? Like, how old are these girls? Are they going into high school? Are they going into college?
They're girls that have finished high school. Because once they finish high school, that's when they're at risk. Because, you know, they're dropping out, they're getting put into marriages basically at that age, at 18, when they're done with school, and the family doesn't have money for continued education. That's why I have 3 plans to use with the 30,000. If I can't get the full 3-year budget, 30,000 is what I can document what affects the most and then put all the money into that, more or less. I mean, if they all work really well, we can do the 3 different ways. But the point is that it's not just an aid project, it's a film as well. You saw my shooting style, that film. Unfortunately, you couldn't hear the sound, but there's music from all over the country and a lot of very diverse situations that will make it a really good investment to support this project.
And where do you plan on sending them to college, and what's their application?
Well, Kathmandu is an option. I'd like to get them to India if possible, but that's a lot more expensive. Yes?
Is Avril Lavigne from Nepal?
Is she from Nepal?
What? You said music from all over that country, and that was the first song.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, that was sort of just symbolic of, you know, the kind of...
But I love your pants.
Oh, these? Yeah. Yeah, Beta Brand, they're one of my sponsors.
I work at Beta Brand.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I want to talk. Give me your card, please. We'll set you up with Indiegogo, so we'll market the product for you.
Thank you. Because I will be doing a new Indiegogo, and I'll be trying to raise more money to get this education.
Let's set you up with Brad, and then I'll do the marketing for you. We'll do the marketing for you.
Thank
We
you.
have a large following.
Thank you.
Okay. I think that ends our presentation. Thank you, Walt.
Okay, thank you.